Now arriving at Ilios.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our season four plays here in the Overwatch Overtime Community Overtime Community. Here we are underway here in Ilios, and joining us on the color here, my name is Clutchy. Joining us on the color here is Toadette. What's up?
Not much. Just excited for these brand new teams I have never seen playing on Elias. So Elios, I mean. Let's look at the picks a little bit. What do you think?
I think these picks are pretty interesting. We're coming into our some of the heroes phase, and this is going to be Ilios on the lighthouse here, and the teams are preparing to attack. So let's go ahead and introduce the teams here. In the blue right now, you'll have Asteri Gaming, and they will take on Paradox in the red. So it's going to be a very new game because I don't believe neither of us has seen these two teams play before. So this is going to be an interesting battle here to start off our Season 4 NA games.
I'm definitely excited as I see that that one of the both teams have a Reinhardt, and it looks like that team Asteri actually is gonna play Brigitte. So I'm excited to see that because ever since she's on a new hero and shit.
So we're going to see Asteri Gaming coming in with the push already onto the Paradox side. And already this tank play from the Amster and Cyclone pushing back Asteri Gaming, or pushing back Paradox all the way back to the spawn. So the control point unlocks, and the only one able to get there is Avexos. And right now, Avexos is going to solo capture this point here, as well as the D.Va coming in from Cyclone. And a fast take for Asteri Gaming gets themselves the first flip here on Ilios. Already good plays here by Asteri Gaming. They're already pushing back Paradox all the way back. Now Paradox needs to find an answer here, but the Reinhardt from the Amster is showing us why they're part of Season 4 here. Pushing them all the way back. Cyclone has himself a kill up top on Nintendo. What a play there. Captures it up top, and Okelikai just not getting anywhere for them. Not getting anywhere with this Brigitte. So Okelikai getting the kill, but really having some success there on the other side with the tank play, Cyclone and the Amster. Here comes the self-destruct by Cyclone, and that's not going to get anybody as it gets stuck on the wall, so really just a reset for the mech as well. So two ults coming in for Asteri Gaming. Paradox has to find an answer. Two ults of their own coming up. You can see the Earth Shatter coming in as well, and a huge play for Asteri Gaming. Athena announces the team kill, so once again, Paradox stopped in their tracks, right? Not even coming out to try and contest the point here. So really, Asteri Gaming showing off their stuff here in the first game.
Paradox, yeah, you see that Paradox switched to Brigitte ever since Asteri's Brigitte is doing a lot of stuff, but as you can see to the ult economy, it looks like Paradox might get this point here.
Goal Lessons coming in, Earth Shatter coming in, as well as Graviton Surge. Dragon Strike coming in as well for Banana Waffle, as well as the Rocket Rush gets the double kill. And right now, Paradox has the answer. Vexos may have a kill on Nintendo with that Goal Lessons, but Janky reses Nintendo. So really, just a great team play there by Paradox, using two ultimates or three ultimates rather, and gets the flip that they need. But 88%, and Asteri Gaming has a little breathing room. Paradox has none.
In my opinion, they definitely used way too many ults with popping all four of them, while they could just done it with two. This is gonna put Astrid in a huge advantage.
We're gonna see the rallies come out on both sides from Loki as well as Okelikai. Here comes the self-destruct right in the back there, right behind the wall, so Paradox does have time to hide behind the walls in the meantime. Dragon Strike coming right down the middle of the point from Banana Waffle, but not getting anybody. Earth Shatter as well comes in from the Reinhardt of the Amster, and that is going to help Okelikai get a triple kill to start off their point here. Tries to flip the point, and Escher as well as the Amster going to mark onto this point. So 90% now for Asteri Gaming as they get the flip. Now the question for Paradox is, can they get the flip in time, or can they get on the point to contest in time? Jurassic the only one there. Can he get a tackle? No, he's lifted up at the last second, and what a play there. I believe that was by Okelikai. What a play. Lifts up Jurassic from that tackle, and that is going to be enough to secure point number one on the Lighthouse.
And it looks like that the team Paradox is having a difficult, a really great, hard time just dealing with Okalikai. I mean, I guess we could all relate to that one annoying Brigitte, and looks like Okalikai is just good with it. So let's see if it's gonna work on this map too.
Basically, the team staying in the same position here, and if you take a look at the team comps, really, it's 3 supports and 3 tanks for Asteri Gaming right now, but it is working in their favor, and Paradox just has no answer to this. Although they had one good push, the next push that Asteri Gaming provided just overpowered Paradox. And now you're looking at Paradox here with their team comp as well. 2 tanks, 1 DPS, the only one, or sorry, 3 tanks. The only DPS for them is that Widowmaker and the Loki staying on the Mercy, as well as Janky on that Moira. So not much of a team comp difference here. The only one changing is Banana Waffle. So we're gonna see ourselves a push here for the first point. Once again, Asteri Gaming pushing back Paradox as far out as they can. Cyclone gets the early kill on Banana Waffle, taking out the Widowmaker from play. And now Jurassic is gonna try and tackle on, is gonna charge onto the points. 2-on-2 right now on the point guard. Right now, Cyclone is having himself a game on to Stevo, letting this point flip, and Asteri Gaming is now 100% away from taking Ilios all for themselves. The Widowmaker plays coming in now. Widowmaker trying to come in for Banana Waffle, but really the question for Paradox to answer is, can they push out Asteri? Because Asteri is basically just mauling the floor with Paradox right now. Asteri Gaming coming in with that Earth Shatter, gets Okalikai, and at the same time, both Reinhardt's using that Earth Shatter, the self-destruct coming in for Cyclone, gets Loki in the background, and so once again, Paradox has to reset. And Asteri Gaming not allowing any breathing room right out of the gate for Paradox. So Paradox really, 1, either has to find a way to get around, or 2, they charge the point and try and flip it. 40%, the clock keeps melting.
Definitely should give credit to that Earthshatter from Diamonds to getting 4 people and just cleaning off the team.
We'll see the Coalescence coming as well as the Graviton Surge coming out right in the middle, and that's going to allow the Amster to get himself 2 kills, as well as Okalikai with this Brigida. So impressive throughout this entire series of Ilios right now, 62%. And really, this is so impressive. Asteri Gaming pushing Paradox to the brink of their spawn point and not allowing any breathing room. The rally comes out from Okalikai to heal up and give some armor to the team in the next team fight. So we'll see if Paradox can finally take an answer here, 75%, but what a dominating performance by Asteri so far. Not giving any breathing room. The charge happens. Here comes the Graviton Surge right in the middle. The question is the follow-up, and no follow-up really coming there. Cyclone has himself a double kill so far, and really this is just Paradox struggling to get onto the point right now. They're gonna back up, but with the clock winding away here on the percentage, it's not gonna be much of an option, 95%. So with much ease here, it's gonna be Asteri Gaming taking on Ilios on the Ruins and the Lighthouse. It's 2-0 on Ilios, and they take this, and they are in the lead in the series, 1-0.
Definitely good game, and definitely giving my thumbs up for Team Asteri. Ever since they just worked together so well. Let's see this play of the game. You're definitely gonna see some plays here.
Avexo's really helping out his team. They're with during the Dragon Strike there, and Avexo's really trying to keep his team alive, but then Moira coming into play there, and one of the cards that does say Avexo's 81% kill participation, and that's really where the team comes in, because Asteri plays like a team. Their team plays all together, and that's how they're getting kills on Paradox, because Paradox just does not have an answer. So we need to find out if Paradox does have an answer. So coming up on our next map here, what does Paradox need to do to try and take over Asteri's dominant performance?
In my opinion, they definitely should get their act together and try to group up and combine their ults. We haven't seen much of the team play. They just got streamrolled every time. Asteri was just having an easy game here. It's no nice way of saying that. So Paradox definitely needs to, step up their game a little bit.
So in that last game too, you saw the team plays from Asteri, and basically you can't talk about one person. You got to talk about the entire team if you're going to talk about that one person, because Asteri really showing off their stuff. But I think the only one that we can talk about standing out in the kill feeds, really the two that we're talking about, was Okalikai and Okelikai and Cyclone, because Cyclone going off on that Diva really helping out, and Okelikai on the Brigida just not letting anybody have an answer on Paradox. So Paradox is going to have their choice of map, as Rialto is banned for the next escort map. So we'll see if what they choose. And what do you think, based on their team comp from last game, what do you think Paradox should choose for their escort map?
And it looks like that the map will be Dorado. Well, I definitely think that Okelikai is definitely going to try that Brigitte once again. Well, Diva is pretty good on Dorado, so probably Cyclone on Diva too. But maybe you never know. Maybe they trained on this map different comps, so I don't know. Anything could be picked right now.
Anything could really be picked right now as the teams are getting ready to play. We enter Dorado, our escort map, our second map here. And Dorado, it seems like a very popular choice here for escort maps, because you see a lot of times that third point is very condensed and really helping out the defense of any defending team, really. But it's the market square that really attracts a lot of people, because it's more of an open concept going into the first point there. So really just, I don't know. I don't know what's so popular about Dorado. Do you?
It's a pretty map. That's what I can tell you. But I mean, most maps of Overwatch are, well, I think it's a really good escort map for snipers. Just like Dorado, I think Route 66 are quite similar, and they're great for snipers. So with that being said, I see that one of the teams does pick a Hanzo. So who knows what team Asteri will pick. And there you go. Look at that. That's a Widowmaker.
Yep, there's the Widowmaker we're looking for. So on the defense right now, finally switching up the playstyle a little bit here for Asteri. We're finally going to see a Widowmaker or a Sniper come out for Asteri Gaming, or at least a DPS to start off for their defense here. Zaya moving on over moving on over to the Widowmaker here. So really it's just a change of pace and trying to see if he can get any picks off. Meanwhile, on Paradox's side, you're going to see a little bit of a change up here. Bananas from that Widowmaker last game on Ilios at the Ruins, moving on over to the Hanzo. Nintendo on the Junkrat. So same, not the same deal here. You got two DPSs as well as two supports, because Janky moves on over to the Brigida, and Loki on the Moira now. You're looking at the tanks here, Rise Settle and Jurassic on the Reinhardt Zarya. So this could very well be the Hanzo Zarya combo we've been looking for from either team. And Avexos already gets picked off by Nintendo. That was fast.
And it looks like Team Paradox is actually trying to run a solo here with Brigitte next to it. With that being said, Moira actually getting switched off to Mercy. My bad, I didn't see that. But well, Team Asteroid is actually trying to run triple support, which in my opinion works way better. But let's see what happens in this team fight.
So the first two turns are easy enough for Paradox after that first snipe off from, dare I say it, from the Zenyatta of Vexos. But right now we're going to see Nintendo try and pop off here with this Junkrat so far, getting the first strike on Cyclone. So Paradox has an answer right now. They're coming in, striking as Banana Waffle gets himself a double kill. And Nintendo on this Junkrat having the answers right now for Paradox that Asteri Gaming was providing on the call. And so finally the fast take here, a much different for reflection from the last game on Ilios, and Asteri Gaming is going to have to defend the second point here. Paradox gets point 2 with 5 minutes left to go on the clock.
Well, it looks like Paradox is definitely having some fun now. You can see Asteri regrouping up on the 2 on the high ground and 2 on the low ground.
So on the low ground right now, that's most of the team of Paradox. That's 5 players, missing 1. And so here comes Nintendo with a junk tire, looking to get around here, but the team knows that it's coming, so they're going to try and spread out a little bit. But the question is there going to be any condition to follow that up? Nintendo gets the background on Avexos, so right now, and gets the tackle here. Jurassic gets a good tackle on the Asteri, and so that is going to allow a push here from Paradox. Valkyrie comes out from Escher on Asteri Gaming, so right now still a push for Asteri Gaming to hold defensively. Both Valkyries actually really coming out here, and so a little bit of a push and shove still, but really it's going to be Paradox being pushed back here, and Asteri Gaming's got themselves a defensive hold.
As you can see, Okelikai trying to be so aggressive, but it's not working out as it was working on Ilios.
Dragon Strike coming in, getting both Brigitte and getting both Janky and Jurassic, but not much of a success there as they were both getting kills at the same time. So Dragon Strike and Zarya all coming in really for naught, but Paradox is still going to move this point ahead as they heal up, but really just good ult, but not getting any success in that point.
Well, they did manage to push the payload a little bit, so it's a win in that situation.
Yep, gets it around the C turn here. Now looking for the last turn here up until the point, but Kelly Kai uses that rally to start off the team fight, trying to give the team armor and health as they push into this team fight. And once again, it looks like Paradox is going to be pushed back here as the rally by Janky is going to be used now. Jurassic, here comes the self-destruct right in the background, gets the double kill from Cyclone on Loki and Banana Waffle. So a good play by Cyclone there for Asteri Gaming. And so another one for Asteri Gaming, another defensive stand. And Asteri Gaming showing off their dominant performance here, not letting this payload move any further than the second point. And Paradox has to find an answer quick, even though there's lots of time on the clock. 3 minutes may not seem a lot if this clock keeps melting. Oh, what a pick from Siam on Banana Waffle. Just a quick pick and already down one player. So Loki is going to res up Banana Waffle, but Zion on this Widowmaker, so impressive. And coming up in this next fight, make it 2 ults here. Banana Waffle finally gets revenge on Zion here. More ults coming in, make it 1 more ult for Nintendo here, trying to get in the background. And Alvexo snipes Nintendo's Reptire out of play. So right now, more team try another push for Paradox. Here comes the Earth Shatter, not getting anybody. So really, Damster's all for naught there. Gets the tackle on Jurassic. So right now, here comes the Graviton Search. The question is to follow. Dragon Strike coming in, but I don't know, and it's eaten, so I don't know where that went exactly. It'll come back though, so Paradox, yep. Paradox has themselves another try, but it's all Asteri Gaming right now. Banana Waffle may get the pick on Kelly Kai, but once again, Asteri Gaming, the ult use all for naught. Paradox all for naught with the ult here, and Asteri Gaming has themselves another good defensive hold, another minute melted off the clock.
Yeah, and it looks like Cyclone, who started off this map on Zarya, switched off to D.Va to shine like he's shining right now with his double kills with his mech and swallowing the Dragon Strike.
So
and here comes another self-destruct.
In the background, gets Loki in the background. So Cyclone having a game on this D.Va right now, on both Ilios and right now. The Amster and Vexos also getting kills in the background as well. So Paradox not had an answer in the first point, and now Asteri Gaming's got their answer, their reply to Paradox's answer. So 1 minute 20 seconds left to go. Paradox has to find a way to answer that. So we're gonna see a push up here by Paradox one more time here. This may very well be the last team fight. Nintendo switches on over to the Widowmaker, and what a success there. Gets Ziam to start here, and Escher's gonna res Ziam, so the Mercy down of res already. Dragon Strike coming right down the middle on the pass, on the payload right now, but not getting anybody. The Brigitte from Janky right now trying to hold off anybody in its path, and really Janky on this Brigitte trying to move along. And now you're going to see Banana Waffle get another pick on Ziam. So it's really going to be a battle of... It's really just going to be a battle of who has the better willpower here. It's still going to be Paradox being pushed back just a little bit, but Asteri Gaming is moving this point, or Paradox Gaming being pushed back. Asteri Gaming holding this defense. Transcendence comes in for the Zenyatta from Avexos, and again, Avexos on the Zenyatta. What more can you say? As well as Ziam getting a few picks on that Widowmaker. So once again, another defensive stand, and 10 seconds left to go. The question is anybody going to be able to get back to this point on time? It's going to be Jurassic charging his way on forward to the payload here. Gets overtime, but the self-destruct happens and not much else. So really a false charge coming in for Paradox, and Asteri Gaming has to only take it 2 points, and it's game over. So what a match by Paradox there, getting at least the first point, but Asteri Gaming coming in with a better answer on the second point. So really Asteri Gaming has themselves a what I would say a good lead going into this second into their first try here.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Well, what surprises me is that when Cyclone was on Zarya, they had an easy push there and getting straight up the first point. But as soon as he switched it off to D.Va, giving them a way harder time with his self-destructs and his nice tracking and finishing them off, they just couldn't even get to the second point, even though it was so close to it. So, and I think it's also because Ziam as Widowmaker had on the from the second point onwards, situated on the bridge, just had so much picks and not much being done about it by Team Paradox.
And so now Paradox, as they prepare the defenses here, Paradox is going to have themselves quite a bit of a challenge. They took it to the first point, yes, but isn't successful on the second point, and that second point so hard to defend. Even the first point, really hard to defend on Market Square, but when you come to the second point, that's when it comes hard to defend. But Asteri Gaming showing us how to do it in Season 4 here. So really, Asteri Gaming has the advantage going into this because they've had a dominant performance so far. So really, we're going to see if Asteri Gaming comes out. Ziam is going to switch on over to the Pharah to start. So a little bit of a different tactic. No longer 3 supports, 3 tanks, but it's going to be 2 DPSs, 2 tanks, and 2 healers. A standard team comp, really.
With Ziam on Pharah, Team Paradox might actually have a really difficult time against the Pharah Mercy. That's definitely a smart pick from them.
So Asteri Gaming thinking strategically here, getting up on already. Ziam already soloing, really pushing back the team from Asteri Gaming as well as the other team on the lower floor, so this payload will have no trouble getting around the first 2 turns. The question is Market Square. Now, Paradox have themselves a fast take back in their first try, but the question is, can Asteri Gaming take it even faster? 3.5 minutes on the clock. Paradox have to do a little bit of a push and shove to try and take their point. But Ziam already in that backfield, not even having a Mercy to heal him up. Gets some damage in there, but really still a push and shove situation for both sides. Storm Arrow coming in for Banana Waffle, takes down Damster. Ziam takes down Janky, so both teams really losing something. 2 characters really important here to the fight. Banana Waffle finally takes down Ziam, so that could be the answer Paradox was looking for. And Asteri Gaming's got to reset after both of their players go down. Damster and Ziam coming back to reset.
Well, this round Okelikai on not on Brigitte but on Hanzo, which I think is pretty smart of them, that they let Brigitte be the DPS slot instead of Paradox.
Banana Waffle using that all down the middle. The Dragon Strike all for naught though, not getting anyone though, but it does go at the point a little bit. Some more time wasted off this clock for Asteri Gaming, so we won't see as fast of a take for Asteri Gaming as we did see Paradox do it. But Asteri Gaming still got time, 2 minutes on the clock, still plenty of time for them to try here, and 4 ults coming in, 5 ults, maybe 6 if the Asteri can get it. So it's just a question of how they use their ults here in the next team fight.
And they have a ton of stuff to combine it with. Just look at that.
Graviton Surge coming in. Here comes the Dragon Strike right down the middle. That gets 1, that gets 2, that gets 3. Santa Maria! What a play by Okelikai, as well as the Storm Arrow on Banana Waffle. So what a play. 4 players go down, and Paradox has to back off. Asteri Gaming finally finding the answer here, and they'll get the first point. An additional 2.5 minutes on the clock here, and 4:10 is their time to get this down to 92.65 meters.
With 4 ultimates to spare, just using 2 and just clearing the way back to the first point.
You're going to see Okelikai already working on that ult percentage as well, already halfway to his ult. But look at Paradox right now. They have themselves 5 ults coming up when Banana Waffle lands, but Okelikai is going to try and stall that out a little bit here. So Banana Waffle will have his ult whilst he is dead. And in the meantime, still, this payload keeps moving, but very slowly for Asteri Gaming as they push up on Paradox, which is working out in their favor right now. Here comes the Dragon Strike right down the middle for Okelikai. That's going to get the Brigida, so Loki down and out for now as his payload keeps moving without a doubt. So right now coming in, 5 ults for Paradox here. Coming in, Asteri Gaming's got 4, so really Paradox may have to use those. Valkyrie comes in for Escher, so that starts us off, as well as the Valkyrie from Janky. Graviton Surge coming in, now the Riptire, but there's the Transcendence, as well as the Dragon Strike coming down the middle. Nintendo gets the kill on Cyclone, so 4 ults down for Paradox. The only one left is that Earth Shatter. In the meantime, speaking of which, the Earth Shatter comes out for Jurassic with the Rocket Barrage, but Rosetto and Zion shuts him down immediately. And so Paradox with the good defensive hold one more time. They're going to push back Asteri Gaming all the way back. And so the ult economy coming in Paradox's favor, and 1-1 right now coming into the next team fight.
With just 10 meters, and they still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Paradox is probably nervous. With that being said, Banana Waffle already taken down, but gets stressed by Janky.
So we're going to see the Earth Shatter come in again for Damster from Asteri Gaming here. That's going to, the question is to follow him. Not much of anything here, except for a Vexos. Damster takes down Jurassic, so already Paradox down 2 players as this payload keeps moving. Nobody to contest it right now. The only, no ults really, because Loki used that rally. Kelly Kai coming in with the Storm Arrow. Nintendo, the last hope on the Widowmaker here, trying to pick off anybody that he can. The payload comes in, less than a meter left to go. Only contesting it right now is the Widowmaker here, and the Transcendence coming out for Vexels to help out his team. Loki and the Doomfist from Jurassic, the only ones to contest this point right now. The Res coming in, not in time for Zion. Graviton Surge coming in. Here comes the Dragon Strike down the middle. Kelly Kai gets Loki, and the one person left, actually Banana Waffle. What a stagger here by Paradox, holding off this point for another minute half, but it's already over, and Asteri Gaming is going to go up 2-0 here on Dorado.
GG.
Play of the game.
Well, a play of the game by Okelikai. Well, I have to say, this guy, whether on Brigitte or Hanzo, he was doing work.
That Hanzo really doing some work there, and the Storm Arrow also coming in, getting that quad feed there. So really a good play, and that Hanzo really coming in for Asteri Gaming. I mean, that was, or Asteri Gaming, that was huge for them in their attempt. But Asteri Gaming now goes up by a score of 2-0, and Paradox, if you're Paradox right now, you got to be wondering, how the heck do we stop Asteri's dominant performance right now?
That's probably a thing they're struggling with to answer themselves. But what I see is that Asteri just has a lot of more game sense, game knowledge, and they're running tons of stuff from Overwatch League. It just looks like that Asteri is a more experienced team, in my opinion, based out of these 2 games, I can say. But what is your opinion on it?
Honestly, I think Asteri is having themselves a great game right now, and like I said earlier, you can't really mention one person without really mentioning the rest of the team, because that's what Asteri is doing well. The team plays are coming out for Asteri, and really Paradox trying to do the same thing, but not really on Asteri's level right now, because they are Asteri's just defying the odds here on Paradox, because once Paradox thinks they have an answer, Asteri has themselves a better answer and takes over. And you can see that on the second point. Even though they may have been pushed once or twice back, once that happened, Asteri knew what they were doing and just pushed that payload all the way down.
And as we are arriving in King's Row, and also another famous map in Overtime community, don't you think?
King's Row, yeah, another popular map coming out here for the hybrid map. And so we're going to see if Paradox can avoid the sweep here, or if Asteri Gaming's going off the Discord call with a 3-0 sweep. So really, it's just a question of which team has the better willpower, because right now Asteri Gaming has momentum on their side. Paradox needs to find an answer, and they need to find it quick, because if they lose this game, that's done 3-0.
I'm looking at the team compositions a bit, and I'll start looking at Asteri, because they're on the defending side, and those picks usually you can trust them much earlier on, except on the attack side. It's kind of hard to believe if someone wants to go Symmetra and Torbjorn on attack. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to trust. It's a lot easier to think that there's no Bastion, Symmetra, or Torbjorn on the attack, really, unless they intend to do a pirate ship tactic, which I don't think is going to be very useful, or rather, I should say, it's not very common coming into this. So we'll see what Banana Waffle switches into. Yeah. But in the meantime, let's take a look at Asteri Gaming's team comp here, because they're going back to the 3 tank, 3 support comp, which really dominated the performance back on Ilios, and now they're doing the same thing back here. So Paradox, maybe they know this, maybe they don't. They got to find it with their first attack.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective
On the other side as well, Paradox has themselves 3 tanks, as well as 3 supports. So this really is going to be a reflection match. And
yeah,
so
it's exactly the same.
It's a reflection match, really. So both teams actually the same team comp as well. So this is going to be interesting to see who gets the mirror wins here. Okelikai winning that mirror battle with the Brigitte. So Banana Waffle goes down with the charge shield. And so right now, Asteri Gaming has themselves a good start here on the defense. Once again, that gate right in the middle, just not a friend to most teams. And Paradox is going to be pushed back all the way as Asteri Gaming showing off their dominant 3-3 performance here.
And the rally already coming in from Okelikai. That's surprising. But
Super fast ult. Super fast ult coming out from Okelikai. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and another fast ult. That's exactly what I was gonna say, dude.
Avexos comes in with the fast coalescence as well, so Asteri Gaming having the answers here, and Avexos has himself a double kill. So Avexos showing off this healer with the Mora here coming out for Asteri Gaming. Paradox just cannot find the answer, but the next team fight could be the factor here as this coalescence as well as the Earth Shatter coming in for Paradox. But you have that self-destruct on Cyclone that's been super deadly in all of our games, really. In the first 2 games here, Cyclone is coming in with that self-destruct right in the middle there. Is that going to get anybody? No, it will not, but it does clear out the point a little bit. And so Asteri Gaming is going to push back a little bit. Damster has the charge, but is stopped in his tracks. So the only one on that point right now defending is Damster. Zion as well. Graviton Surge coming in. The question is the follow-up. And Damster and Cyclone going to have themselves the D-Mech as well as the regular kill. And the Graviton Surge, I don't know where that went.
Oh, it went in Diva's tummy, am I right? She just ate it again. Nice play from Cyclone once again.
Yeah, very nice play from Cyclone. Just swallows it up whole. Something hard to do. But Asteri Gaming showing why those first 2 games were easy for them. But Paradox being a little pushed here as the sound barrier drops for Janky. Now self-destruct coming in. The question is there any kills? Sound barrier drops for Janky as well. So. And here comes the Graviton Surge. The question is the follow-up. Is anybody from Asteri going to follow up here? Okelikai and Cyclone has himself the self-destruct D-Mech, has himself the self-destruct kill on Jurassic. So how about this team play once again from Asteri Gaming? They play like a team, and they get the team kill. A minute left to go for Paradox. They have to find an answer. This time is melting.
And not even a tick. No sweat. This is easy, am I right? Okay, let's see what happens in this last minute. I mean, both teams have both equal ultimates, so anything can happen at this point.
Self-destruct coming in the background here for the Diva from, I believe that's going to be from Cyclone. Here comes the Graviton Surge. Now the question is the follow-up. Banana Waffle starts it off with a kill from Escher. And now the rally comes out for Okelikai. That's going to allow Asteri Gaming to have a little bit of a push. Earth Shatter coming in. That's huge with 3 people for the answer. Gets the charge on Loki. And still another good defensive hold by Asteri Gaming. The sound barrier does drop for Janky. But what will Paradox make up out of it? Graviton Surge coming in as well. And Okelikai and Escher have themselves a field day on that Graviton Surge. Another clear for Asteri Gaming, and once again, look at point A, not even a tick. So 15 seconds left. They don't have time for a full reset here. They gotta run for the point here. It's gonna be Asteri Gaming looking to stop them in their tracks.
10 seconds remaining.
Loki actually just dying there, but getting rescued by Janky. Luckily.
Gonna see the contest here, so we will have overtime. Here comes the self-destruct. 5 people go down. The question is the follow-up. Nintendo gets the self-destruct kill on Escher, so that's huge for Paradox. Earth Shatter also getting 4 people as well from the Amster. But right now it's all Paradox coming in. The Coalescence coming out from, that's going to be from Loki here. And the Coalescence is going to help out the Amster. It's going to kill the Amster. And so Paradox with the answer, but how about putting that under the buzzer? Paradox is going to have themselves some more time on this point, but not much. It's 2.5 minutes to push this in Kings Road down the alley. Big Ben strikes 4 for Paradox.
Now that's teamwork.
Well, definitely looks like Paradox really loves the suspense and just getting the point last second. Well, I definitely didn't expect that, but let's see if they can get the second point in just 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left to go here. Paradox has themselves a challenge to push this all the way up. Duel's coming in, make that a 1 as Okelikai uses that rally to start us off here. Self-destruct coming in the background. That's going to go high, but Cyclone gets a double kill on Loki, and Jurassic What a play there, and once again, Asteri Gaming team plays coming in clutch for them. And 1:45 on the clock. Athena says team kill. Asteri Gaming playing like a team, and Paradox needs to find a way to break up the team right now.
And I'm still surprised that how well Asteri deals with the ultimates and just cleans it with just barely using any.
Barely using any is right, because they're coming into this team fight with 3. Here comes Jurassic with a huge thing, almost getting the entire team with that Earth Shatter. The Earth Shatter on the other side as well for the Amster gets 2. But right now, Paradox could have the advantage on their side, but the Amster trying to take that away from them as he takes Banana Waffle down. And here comes the Graviton Surge. The question is the follow-up. Both sides actually using that Graviton Surge. Both sides having the question of the follow-up. Both sides really just getting only 1 kill from that. And Avexa's coming off with this Mora coming in on Asteri Gaming side. Cyclone's gonna remech here, so Ziam's got himself a good push. And really Paradox being pushed all the way back to their spawn point before the payload. So this payload not even moving a few meters here, 44 meters. And if that's where that stops, Asteri Gaming's gonna have an easy time getting this point.
Team Paradox having 3 ultimates, almost four, I guess. Yeah, there you go, almost 4 ultimates. So, yeah, they might win this team fight here. There you go,
another
huge
Earth Shatter.
shatter.
That is huge. Here comes the self-destruct coming in, not gonna get anybody, so Cyclone saves his. Nintendo using that up, so no ults coming into this next team fight for Paradox. Here comes the self-destruct on the point for Asteri Gaming, not getting anybody, so Cyclone gets 0 on that self-destruct, but it does clear out the payload a little while. But Paradox notices, so they're gonna jump back on this point. They're taking this to overtime, so the question is, how far can they take this into overtime as they approach the S-curve here on King's Row?
Well, they're definitely going to try to get it as far as possible. You see that Team Asteri is regrouping right before the second checkpoint, planning to not let Paradox having it.
Graviton Surge coming in, and the question is the follow-up here. Cyclone having himself a game with his Diva. Nintendo gets D-Max through courtesy of Escher. Now the Earth Shatter, both sides. The Amster and Jurassic both gonna use it. Now the drop here by Asteri Gaming, and overtime is all for naught there. As Paradox may push it up a little more, but that S-curve not completed. Asteri Gaming has themselves 1 point, has themselves the control point as well as the first point on the payload to win this series on the sweep.
Well, you keep saying the question is the question is the follow-up. Well, on Asteroid side, well, you don't even have to question. The follow-up will be there. Am I right? The team play is so good. I need to compliment that.
Yeah, we need to compliment. I mean, there's not enough compliments to do to compliment what Asteri's doing right now, because they are playing lights out gaming right now. Because I mean, they're playing team fight after team fight, just superb. Because you see, and like you said earlier, those ultimates really coming in handy for Asteri when it counts. And when they do, they don't use it all if they don't need to. And that's the one thing Paradox has been doing. They've been just using their ults high and low, but not really getting any success out of them.
Their shot caller definitely is doing a great job here. So maybe that's what Paradox has issues with. You could see Jurassic having a huge shatter from time to time. Every shatter he would hit at least 3 to 4 to even 5 people. But the follow-up, was it there from Team Paradox? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe that's something with shot calling. Maybe Jurassic saw the opportunity, but the rest of the team would lag behind, and as you say, all for naught.
And so we're gonna see on the defensive here, you're gonna see Nintendo on the Junkrat again, trying to take out anything. But Okelikai surprisingly now on the Junkrat here. Now on the May, I don't know. Okay, switches back to the Junkrat. Oh boy, Okelikai, make up your mind. So he's gonna stick on the Junkrat for now. Already gets picked off by Nintendo. What a play already. That starts off Paradox well 6-5. And already Asteri Gaming is just gonna delay their start here as Escher gets the res on Okelikai. So Nintendo's gotta feel good about that start.
Yeah, definitely built some confidence for Nintendo.
That should build up some confidence for Paradox as well here as Asteri gets through the gates. So right now the question is 3:32 on the clock. How fast can Asteri take this point? Because Paradox took it in overtime. Now Asteri's got to find a way maybe to have more time here. They've already got a little bit of that first tick there The answer's going to have himself the fire strike on Loki, so that's going to be a good pickoff to start off. Janky does res Loki though, but Zion's going to start off with this Pharaoh, so we've seen him play before. You're going to see Earth Shatter, already an Earth Shatter coming up from the Amster, and Okelikai's going to take advantage. The revenge on Nintendo though, really. And that's going to allow Asteri Gaming a 6-on-4 really to start us off. Make it 6-on-3 as the Battle Mercy comes out, takes down Loki. Paradox is going to go down here, so once 3 people go down, that's it for Paradox, and Asteri Gaming has themselves the first payload much faster than Paradox could get it. 2:45, and now it's going to have themselves 5:15 on the clock to take the 76.63 to win the series in a sweep.
And Nintendo switching off to Widowmaker. Let's see if he can get some value clicks on before they get the second point.
And an interesting pick there as well, because he did have a lot of percentage on that Junkrat Riptire, but now it's no more. Okelikai getting in the background, gets the kill on Jurassic there. And so Jurassic goes down, and so does Banana Waffle. So 3 big players going down for Paradox, and this payload is going to keep moving. The only one on there though is a Vexos on the Zenyatta right now. Let's not downplay Vexos' play right now, because he is healing this team like it's no tomorrow, as well as Escher. So this healing team really helping out Asteri Gaming. This payload keeps moving, nobody really paying attention to it, or rather Paradox is going to be pushed back all the way here. Asteri Gaming in the final meters here. Paradox has to find an answer now or never. 4-3 meters left too. 6.63 meters contested. Here we go. They call it last second gaming for a reason here. Okelikai gets a double kill already to start off. Here comes the Transcendence trying to push back Asteri Gaming. And Graviton Surge coming in. That stalls out the point. And Asteri Gaming's got themselves the sweep. 3-0 Kings Row. The crown is theirs to keep.
Wow.
Play.
I mean,
And Damaster
that's
takes
one
the
word,
play
wow.
of the game. Definitely gonna be an Earth Shatter, I think.
That just might be an Earth Shatter. Actually, not even gonna use that Earth Shatter there. And that's what the tanks of Asteri Gaming can really do. Doesn't even really need the Earth Shatter after the Graviton Surge to do something. And Damster, this you usually don't see on a team, but Damster getting 28% of the team's hero damage on that Reinhardt. What a game that he's had, and what a series that Asteri Gaming has had, absolutely dominating Paradox all the way through.
Definitely true, and it was definitely a good game.
Mhm.
Paradox maybe needs to step up their DPS game, but that's about it. I mean,
Oh.
Asteri just was better.
All right, so a sweep to end our first game here of the Season 4 NA group stage. So Asteri with a 3-0 win. That'll wrap it up here for the Overtime Community Channel. So we thank you for watching this production of the Overtime Champions Community Channel for the NA Season 4 group stage. We have ourselves Paradox losing in a sweep to Asteri 3-0. Asteri goes home with the crown. For my production crew, Moirai on production, as well as my color Claudette. My name is Clutchkey. We thank you for watching. It's 3-0 sweep for Asteri over Paradox.